Sallisaw Ford history. Troy, you've got over 200 on the lot, and we're going to give one of these away on December 31st.
Yes, it's the year-end sales event. Ford's really pushing to get rid of a lot of this inventory. And, our loss is your gain, really. 15% off of all remaining 24 Fords that we have on the lot. And the good news is we actually have a selection. Car, truck, van, SUV. Just come down here and see us. We've got the selection. We've got the most inventory that we've had on the lot since opening day. So come down here and see us and go on a test drive. Get your name entered to win this four-wheel drive SUV.
Costs nothing to enter. Just as Troy said, take the test drive and be here on the 31st when we give it away. 15% off all remaining 2024 Fords that are in stock. So don't miss the sale. Harry Robinson, Sallisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Sallisaw.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see fog to start, then clouds, a chance of seeing some showers, especially throughout the afternoon. A high, middle to upper 50s. A chance of showers, a few isolated thunderstorms tonight, and overnight low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Friday, partial sunshine. Our high on Friday will be in the low 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
He went in the portal, and I called him in, talked to him, and he decided not to go in the portal. And then I don't know the reason of going back in. And then he texted me and said, Coach, I'd like to talk to you. And that was after the second time he had went in the portal. And obviously we had an agreement there about, because the look wasn't good on him nor me or the program. And if we were going to have him back, we want to make sure that it was the last and final time. And I felt good about that. He felt good about that. So that's kind of what happened.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian
He's been to over half of them.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hogs.
Hey, welcome in to a Thursday edition of the Morning Rush, the day after Christmas. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas with your friends, your family. And we're back, Tommy, 9 a.m. I'll tell you what, being in the 9 a.m. slot relative to what we used to do at 6 a.m., the day after holidays was quite, you got to get back in the rhythm of things, waking up at 3:30, 3:15 or so. The 6 a.m. alarm is not as lethal as a 3:31 the day after Christmas.
I moved mine back for this morning. Sleep gets all out of whack when you're kind of not in the routine for a couple of days. It was like having a weekend in the middle of the week. So yeah, I'm with you. I was glad to have a few more logs this morning.
Yep, you can call or text us here at 877-377-6963. I'm in Little Rock this morning. Going to travel over to Memphis a little after lunch, make my way over to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm excited to see the Pyramid. I have yet to step foot in the Big Cypress Lodge, the Pyramid. I know that some of you have gotten a chance to watch basketball games there, go to Bass Pro, and various other things. I'm excited to experience that. I'm going to go to the Grizzlies game tonight, eat some rendezvous. Memphis, Tennessee is a place that I've been to probably 100 times in my life, and I always love going, friends, and just different experiences that I've had with various basketball games over the years and soccer stuff in Memphis, Tennessee.
Who's the Grizz playing?
Couldn't tell you. I just know I'm going.
Wait, you're going to the game. What do you mean you couldn't?
Could not tell you. I just got invited to go. Stats is like, do you want to go to the Grizz game? Our friend that does sports radio in Memphis, and I said absolutely. I'm being respectful.
Got the Raptors tonight.
The Raptors tonight. I'm being respectful and not wearing Thunder gear tonight. But no, I did not know who they were playing.
Christian, I just got to quit. Big Say, I need to quit asking questions. That's just,
He just likes to go, man. He don't care who they're playing.
I'm just going to quit asking.
Yeah, I haven't been to an NBA game in, I think, 2 years.
And that's fine. I just figured you knew who they were playing because I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, Grizzlies. I don't follow the Grizzlies. I know
Sorry
they're
to ask
better.
an unfair question.
No, it's not an unfair question. It's just I didn't really.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I did not take the 30 seconds to pull up my Yahoo app and look up who the Grizzlies were playing tonight. I do know they're good this year, and they could contend with the Oklahoma City Thunder for the Western Conference and maybe make it to the NBA Finals. But yeah, I didn't tell you, and that wasn't a
it wasn't a trick question. I can assure you.
It wasn't. Are you? What did you get for Christmas, Tommy?
For Christmas, I got a new money clip that has a. My wife got tired. My dad had a binder clip, like we use here in the office to, when things are too thick for just a paper clip, you put a binder clip on them. My dad's did that or a rubber band forever. So I've done a binder clip. My wife got tired of it, so I got a new money clip. That's what I got.
Christian, what about you?
Man, I got a lot of stuff, new clothes, a bunch of money, and I got a thing that charges your phone with the sunlight. It's like a little
Charges your phone.
The sunlight is what charges it.
Solar charger?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before for a phone.
Yeah, I've had one for a while. Yeah, those are handy. They're kind of like the battery pack. They hold so much charge, but yeah, those are cool.
I'm wearing one of my Christmas gifts this morning. It's a baby blue Arkansas pullover that will definitely get worn.
I'm wearing all new Christmas clothes.
All new Christmas stuff. That's not new? Tell me what you're wearing right now. Is it? You're not wearing
that's some Lulu stuff.
You've had that for a while now. So
no.
We're glad you're here this morning. Again, call or text us 877-377-6963. Arkansas gets going against Texas Tech tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We've got other SEC games in action this weekend, and we had some NFL that we got a chance to take in as well.
Yep, brought to you by our friends at the Fence Man. We'll do our Fence Man Friday picks tomorrow because, yes, tomorrow is Friday, the Liberty Bowl, and we'll have that in our picks as well. We'll check that out tomorrow. Anything you need involving a fence or a gate or powered automatic gates or anything involved with fences, over to a friend of mine this weekend. He put a new gate in his back fence, and the fence man had built a frame for that and helped him get all that done. Now he's got an opener on it, and it works very, very well for what he needs. Small projects, big. That was a smaller project, but the fence man handled it, welded up that frame, and it works perfect. 782-3936 is the number. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
So you heard Pittman talking about Braylon Russell in our open there. I want to play that again for those that missed it. Braylon is back on the Arkansas football team, set to play tomorrow night. Here's Coach again on Braylon Russell and portal hop in a little bit, and him getting ready for the bowl game.
He's been to over half of them, so he's ready to go. He's obviously practiced Sunday and practiced today. Practiced, I think, twice, so he may have been about four of them to this point. He's in good shape, so he's looked good in practice. Rodney and Tyrell both have looked good in practice as well. So I think he's ready to go.
Talking about Rodney Hill and Tyrell Reed. Tommy, do you think Braylon Russell gets the majority of the snaps, though? I know that the initial depth chart didn't have him listed because he was in flux at that point, but is he going to get the majority of the carries tomorrow night in the Liberty Bowl?
Let me ask you this. If he's healthy, would it be a bad decision not to give him the majority of the snaps or the majority of the carries?
I would think.
That would be a poor decision.
Unless Hill and Reed have just been dominating in practice, but I think
dominating
that's
who?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I would say it would. I think that's the easiest game planning decision you have is, I don't know, let's give the ball to your biggest, most experienced back, because I don't have the season stats here, but I would assume Braylon Russell's snaps or carries probably well exceed Hill's at this point.
Well, I don't know, because
maybe it's closer than I think.
Russell, Christian, if you could look that up for us, because you got to remember Russell's been injured a good chunk of the back half of the season. Hill played a little bit from the jump and got some snaps in there, and of course when Jaquindon was in, he was the bell cow. But I think it's
carries per game, I guarantee you has to go Russell's way.
You got Mississippi State and Tennessee, but can you think another game that it was extensive? I mean, it really wasn't. outside of those two games, and it was more the second half of the fourth quarter that he got for the Tennessee game. So I'm going to guess it's a lot closer. You think the deal is what you brought up: his size, his strength, and he is an in-state kid. So I feel like Arkansas guys will always root for the in-state kids a little bit. Our dog Francis is here. Tommy. So do you, when you've done shows at your house before, do your dogs occasionally come down and mess with you or anything, or are you locked away in a room?
No, I'm at the kitchen table. They'll wander up when I'm there.
Wonder Francis is sitting by me right now. But yeah, I think with that setup and everything, it takes a little load off Talon. I think just having another running back that he can hand the ball off to, because if you only had two guys that have played any minutes this season, that was going to be a little scary heading into tomorrow night. But you've got some more running back depth now. Are there going to be holes opening from the offensive line? You've got Edmondson and Kobe Branham and some other guys that haven't played significant or at all this season that are going to be playing starting roles or just playing in spot minutes here and there. So that's going to be something I'm going to watch from Eric Mateos' group, is can they get these running backs room to run. Texas Tech does not have a good defense, so maybe you're going up against a lesser opponent. That helps you a little bit, but they've been able to score some points this year, but now they don't have their starting quarterback this season, or this bowl game, with him having surgery, Tommy.
Yeah, so win or lose, I don't know how much stock you put in the outcome of this game. If you go win by 3 touchdowns or you lose by 10, I know people are going to go crazy if they somehow get dominated. I guess the line, I need to check Bet Saracen here. The line's probably still somewhere around 1.5, but I hadn't looked since we last left on Christmas. But, I just don't know how much stock you can put in this game regardless of the outcome. Even if you win going away, why would you and it's the line's a point now. Arkansas favored by a point. But, based on everything you just said and then some, the outcome of this game it's almost like a true exhibition game to me.
Yeah, Christian, what is what's the Hill and Russell comparison?
The Hill and Russell comparison
on the carries we were asking about.
Russell's gotten more carries. I haven't been able to find a.
No big deal. No big deal. All right, let's get into our opening drive this morning.
I can walk without a cane about 20 yards maybe. I'm going to have it on the sideline, just, I don't know, maybe it's a security blanket. Maybe I need it. I don't know. But I'm sleeping a lot better. And if I knew then what I knew now, 20 days after the total hip, I probably would have went ahead and just bit the bullet.
The guys, they're mentally tough and they're physically tough, and we played some really good football teams, some hard-fought battles, and the guys came away with 3 wins. So getting that number 1 seed is important. It's like winning a playoff game, and so I was happy to get that done.
Reeves on the drive, inside lane, he backs it in with 1 second remaining, no timeouts.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
All right, Braylon Russell has 47 carries for the season, and Rodney Hill has 20. So there you go.
So
Braylon Russell's played. They've each played 9 games, though. So all right. 47 to 20. 309 yards don't matter. 309 yards to 105. That doesn't tell me much of the story.
You remember how mad people were in the Oklahoma State game when Rodney got the ball instead of Russell on that 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, whatever it was. I would expect that. I don't think Braylon's going to start tomorrow night, but I think he's going to get the majority of the carries by the end of the game. I don't know if it's going to be 20 because he's only been half of the practices, according to Coach Pittman. But I do expect him to lead it tomorrow night. So in that opening drive, you heard a couple highlights. Kansas City gets a win yesterday. They have now locked the number 1 seed down in the AFC. Big thing for them. Now you got to go through Arrowhead. They're going for the 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. It just got easier with them having home field advantage all the way up to that point. Travis Kelce broke another record, franchise touchdown by tight end passing Tony Gonzalez with a 12-yard touchdown yesterday as they win 29-10 over the why am I blanking on who they played, Tommy?
Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Phil was there.
Yeah, Phil took his kids. His whole family was like.
Yeah, Phil got a chance to take that in person. So that happened yesterday. Then we had a terrible game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans, where Baltimore wins like 31-2. That was a gross.
That was a Netflix game, right? So
both of them were Netflix.
Yeah, both of them were, because I watched a little bit of NBA, didn't watch any of the NFL because just kind of, I didn't say forgot. I saw the scores on my deal, but again, it was another one of them deals. I had to find an extra remote. I just didn't care enough to go find them.
We kept it on Netflix the whole day. We were eating lunch at 12 yesterday during the Kansas City game. Apparently there were, Christian, I don't know if you watched, were there glitches? I wasn't watching the majority of the Kansas City game, so I didn't see the mess-ups, but people were complaining about that. There weren't any mess-ups, to my knowledge, in the Baltimore-Houston game, but it was just such a blowout. It wasn't an entertaining game at all.
Why I didn't, that's why it didn't compel me to go over to find it. So.
Yeah, I was driving. I didn't get to see it, but I haven't heard that.
No,
you did it. Go ahead.
There was nothing on social media that said it was just a disaster, like the Mike Tyson, the Paul Tyson fight. So.
Yeah, I thought like the second game was a good product. I think what people noticed is like you're paying for Netflix, obviously a subscription, and you're paying for commercials, which I guess that's what you do in cable and stuff too. But this is, again, streaming. They're going to do more of this moving forward when it comes to not just regular season games, but playoff games. We've already got, I think, an additional streaming game that you have to pay for this upcoming season. So this is just where the NFL is headed. I'm curious if college football and other college sports trend in this direction.
Yep.
But that's the kind of the expectation I have moving forward.
Yep. I mean, it's going to this is the way we're going to consume sports. If they can figure out that this is as or more profitable and they have total control. And when I say they, I'm talking about the NFL. I'm talking about the Southeastern Conference. I'm talking about the Big Ten and the ones that have enough command of the marketplace that, they'll do something and split the revenues and cut the middleman out if they think they can get the audience and grow the revenue. So 100% see it going this way.
So
5 to 10 years from now.
You mentioned the NBA. That call that Christian put together with their opening drive was of Austin Reeves hitting that game winner. How about Austin Reeves, a kid from Newark? Tommy, help me on this. Is it Newark, Arkansas?
Newark, yeah.
Newark, okay. So he hits that game winner yesterday, and this is a kid that initially started his college career at Wichita State, ended up at Oklahoma, bounced around a little bit, and now again having some success with the Los Angeles Lakers. And it was pretty cool for him to see him hit that game winner yesterday. And there's like, I don't know if he has a bigger cheerleader on his team than LeBron James. LeBron always has great things to say about this guy, so it was pretty cool. He got pretty emotional after that game winner yesterday.
I'm not really an emotional person, but when I was doing radio out there, sitting on the scores table, got the game ball, threw it to D'Lo, there was a quick second where I thought I might tear up. Not necessarily supposed to be in this position. I got lucky, got my foot in the door and took advantage of an opportunity. And, now I'm sitting here, like you said, on Christmas with a game winner and a triple-double, and really the win that matters the most to me.
And that game-winning layup followed a Steph Curry game-kind three-pointer. So that was a great conclusion to the Warriors and Lakers games. And an Arkansas guy ended up getting it done for the Lakers on Christmas Day. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and who won the day? I mean, and maybe that's hard to say because you don't have traditional ratings, but I was reading a little bit and then also saw a comment on one of the talk shows yesterday that was here on our air that was also listening to some of that is the NFL encroaching on the NBA here, and they were kind of talking about turf wars and who was going to win the day, but the Christmas Day had always been and belonged to the NBA, and who was kind of going to win the day. I guess we'll find out when the ratings come out, but who won the day.
LeBron came out and said, I think after the game, that Christmas Day belongs to the NBA, basically, is what he said.
Well, that's his opinion. The ratings are going to reflect that the NFL, I'm going to guess,
NBA
dominated.
ratings have been way off this year, guys. So, I mean, there's been a lot of media talk about that, and is all this load management and all these guys taking breaks, and has some of the star power and the public desire for the NBA wore off a little bit.
Well, what's happened is that there's a vacuum. You mentioned the star power. So you had Magic and Bird, then it went to Jordan, then it went to Kobe, then it went to LeBron, and the stars are old now. They don't have anyone to pass. There's some young guys like Shea in Oklahoma City. You got Edwards in Minnesota, and there's some other guys that I really like to watch because they're fun and they're exciting young basketball players, but they haven't found who they're going to pass the torch on to just yet. And for Adam Silver, like Stern was really good about like knowing what's next, what's to come. I don't know if Silver has that just forward thinking that David Stern did when it comes to their product and everything. So the NFL, when we get the ratings, because the NFL heavily
why do you need
dominated.
Adam Silver when you got LeBron James? I mean, he has all the answers, right? So
he thinks he does, but and it's one of those things where it's not good. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to Ethan, Emily, and their entire team at First Financial Mortgage. I know, again, my Christmas is a lot better knowing that I have a house intact thanks to them, setting me up with the mortgage process and everything. I know refinancing, other questions will come up in 2025. So if you have a question, you can give him a call. Easy to do. He's got over 300 5-star reviews. Give them a call at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
I can tell you they were there because when I drove by their office on the way into work before 8, Ethan's car was already in the parking lot.
There.
Yeah.
That's a hard worker. I know he sometimes gets to the office at 6:30 or whatever, so he's going to work hard for you when it comes to your house and your mortgage and everything like that. All right, so we mentioned Reeves. We mentioned the Kansas City game and the Baltimore drubbing. Of course, we're going to talk more about Arkansas. I got a chance to listen to the Sam Pittman earlier this week. Anything other events happen around Christmas the last couple days? I mean, any sports or anything else noteworthy in the Johnston or Kraft House that's worth mentioning?
We got one more. We had a little schedule change. Laura wasn't feeling well yesterday, so we delayed last night's festivities till tonight. So other than that, it was which opened up kind of movie night at the house, and also a little just took the kids out. We tried to go out yesterday because had no plans. Had a plan set for dinner that night. So when we knew those plans were changing. And there was probably, just drove around town a little bit, there was probably a dozen or more restaurants open, every one of them packed. So we tried to go eat pizza yesterday, and the line was out the door, couldn't get in there. There were several Asian food restaurants open, kind of like the Christmas Story. Parking lot's full. I hate for anyone to be open for Christmas because, that's family day. But, man, I can see why some of the restaurants want to open. We end up with gas station pizza because that was the only thing you kind of get to without waiting for a while. So
we had we actually went out for the first time in, I think, my life on Christmas Day, and it was not as packed as I thought it would be at the steakhouse we went to.
Lord, and Phil, it was just me and the kids for a few hours, and it was kind of awesome. So, but a little, sometimes you got to roll with the punches, so to speak. Hey, if you're traveling this holiday season or you're looking for a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas in the coming days or weeks, our friends at the Inn at the Mill have a perfect suite and room ready for you, conveniently located off the Johnson exit. We love staying at the Inn at the Mill because big oversized rooms, very comfortable, great breakfast to start the day, and Jennifer and the staff at the front desk are just awesome. They take care of you, and the customer interaction there is fantastic every time we call and get a room. 479-443-1800, 443-1800, or online at inatthemill.com.
Hog Update coming up. Going to hear more from Sam Pittman. Also reflect on some of what John Calipari had to say post-game. Coming up here on the Morning Rush.
Live coverage of the Liberty Bowl in Memphis is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Camp inside the iconic Memphis Pyramid.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on.
This is the Morning Rush.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality, price, and comfort you like, the savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco
For hard work and the great outdoors. Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of life.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Upgrade your game with the best in golf from the Golf Nut. Whether you're looking to perfect your swing, find the perfect fit, or stock up on must-haves, the Golf Nut has you covered. Improve your game with our state-of-the-art simulator and expert instruction from Matt Brooks. Visit the Golf Nut today, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, and take your game to the next level. The Golf Nut, your game, your style, your shop.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Come get you some. 2728 Towson Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come get you some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all, from installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
'Tis the season for Hardee's handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch buttermilk biscuits pulled fresh from the oven. The return of special traditions like salty sweet candied bacon. And faithful friends like Hardee's cinnamon raisin biscuits gathered near to us and served all day, all season long. From icing drizzled biscuits to savory charbroiled burgers, unwrap the holiday goodness of Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon. Available for limited time at participating locations. Items may vary. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Tommy, I want to pass along from Baylor Brad Merry Christmas. He wanted to make sure that you heard that this morning.
He will be he'll be very happy to hear that, Ty, once he's not searching frantically for his phone.
He lost his phone. Jeez, okay. I'll tell him when he gets back. I'll tell him when he gets that. So John Calipari after Arkansas. Okay. Baylor Brad says Merry Christmas, Tommy.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. Did you find your phone?
I finally did, and I'm not.
Are you out of sorts this morning? The
I
day
am out
after
of sorts,
Christmas?
and I won't even begin to tell you where it was. So it was sitting
In
right
the bathroom.
No, sitting right here,
front of you?
right in front of me. It kind of blended into the mic stand, and I wasn't even looking there. So
Okay.
anyway,
Are you bewildered?
I am not bewildered. No, just couldn't find my phone. So.
Oh, God. All right, let's get going here on our Hog Update. John Calipari, Noah Grimes coming to the SEC. You've got one more game on Monday against Oakland, and then you take on Tennessee at Knoxville. Here's Cal on getting ready for the gauntlet of this conference.
Just making sure that they're going to be able to get back here on time the 26th, because we got a hard game the 30th, and then we start the truly grind of what this league is going to be. It starts shortly thereafter.
So like us, the basketball team is back to work as they get ready for, again, their final game in Bud Walton non-conference. And, Tommy, you start out with 3 ranked games in the SEC. Now, 2 of them are at home, which is nice, but you're going to Knoxville.
Yeah.
You're going to Knoxville to take on the number 1 team in the country. And Cal kind of talked about it. I mean, there's going to be teams that are 8-10 in this league that get into the NCAA tournament, and this will be a double-digit NCAA tournament league.
Tennessee, Ole Miss, Florida. Florida's, I'm going to tell you, Florida's going to be a hard game. I've watched a little bit of them. I think they're a good basketball team. So
Todd Golden's a good coach.
I think they're going to be tough this year. So
Yep, that's a game. Again, your first weekend game in Bud Walton Arena. I'm going to guess that's the highest attended game since the Kansas game, and that will hopefully set your stage for a solid home conference game. The better conference games are on the road this season when you think about traveling to Auburn, traveling to Lexington, traveling to Knoxville. But you do have some, again, with so many teams ranked in this league, you do have a good chunk of home games that are worth noting, including the Texas Longhorns, the Texas A&M Aggies. I mean, there's just a lot of ranked teams that are coming into Bud Walton Arena that I didn't necessarily expect to be ranked at the beginning of the season.
Well, not newly expanded conference. You knew, the Big 12's been a great basketball conference for a long time. Texas and OU part of that, so you knew adding them was not going to hurt. Last I looked, OU was ranked like 14th in the country, so they're not going. That's going to be one of your better games. I mean, I guess Alabama would be one of your better games at Bud Walton. OU is going to be a good one, and Texas is going to be a highly coveted ticket as well. So you just look at the home schedule and what you're getting as a season ticket holder. It's probably one of the best years for value, and you better enjoy it because the reseeding and the pricing is probably getting ready to dramatically increase.
We brought up Braylon Russell's availability for the bowl game. If you missed our last segment, Braylon is back, and he's going to be participating tomorrow night. Other questions have arisen about, hey, what about your wide receivers? What does that look like? Well, 2 guys, one's playing, one's not. Here's Pittman on Jordan Anthony and Tyrone Broden.
Jordan Anthony will not. He's got some family issues at home that are very serious, that he needs to be home and taking care of that. Broden, he'll be available. Broden's had some personal issues as well that we knew about. So he's been back for the last couple of practices, and so he'll be available.
So those are some guys that have caught some touchdowns this season. 2 in-state kids that you're excited about. And I know CJ wants to get rid of what happened in the Texas game. You got a great opportunity to do that tomorrow night. And then Shamar Easter, Tommy, who came into Arkansas as a tight end, but is expected to play some wide receivers. So you got a kid from Bentonville and a kid from Ashdown, Arkansas that might get a little more action tomorrow night in Memphis.
So if one of these young guys, get out there and really show out? Is that what has to happen? I'm just thinking about what has to happen in this game to make you feel like, man, next year could be special. I mean, is it a blowout? Is it the young guys out performing? Is it some kind of connection between one of the young wide receivers like Brown and Talon?
Do you want me to be cynical, or do you want me to?
But I don't know, because I'm not on that side of the fence. Win or lose, I'm gonna flush this game, and we're gonna get to spring ball, and we're gonna see what the team looks like coming out of spring. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, there's nothing in this football game tomorrow night that will lead me to believe this team will be special.
But for some, they'll watch this game if Arkansas plays well, and 8-9 wins will pop into their heads. So what's that got to be?
And I know this. I know his career isn't what he had wanted it because of a hurtful car accident. But I remember watching Quincy McAdoo, not just in the Liberty Bowl, but also in other games that season. Like, man, you got something in this kid in the future. You want to just see some future, and it's not necessarily like, man, they're going to explode for 9 wins next year, but something to give you hope next season. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It is always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
That is a question. I know Matt and Phil were talking about it on halftime. Like, who do you want to see maybe go off a little bit? Not just an in-state kid, Tommy, but like Cross Johnson's the kid from New Orleans, I think it is, or somewhere in Louisiana. There's some other younger guys that haven't played, like Selman Bridges is back. He's a Texas kid. I think he was your highest-rated player. There's some guys that haven't played a good number of snaps this season that might get an opportunity. We'll have to wait and see. 877-377-6963 is the number you can call or text to get into on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Joe's Grill and Cantina. We'll be back after it. And the place to watch the game with half-price apps and taps for the Liberty Bowl will be at Joe's Grill and Cantina. So after you've eaten those leftovers or you're tired of the leftovers, how about half-price apps and taps for the game for the Liberty Bowl tomorrow night at 6 o'clock? Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps in Fort Smith.
Morning Rush Daily Question coming up next.
Live coverage of the Liberty Bowl in Memphis is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Camp inside the iconic Memphis Pyramid.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta book.
Dad, it's Facebook. The website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
You're built like Hercules, and you brought back the Sisters of St. Mary's.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate, or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
Man, that early slate of games, a lot of good games. Phil, congrats to Pittsburgh.
3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Arkansas-Oklahoma Gas wants to help you save on your energy costs this winter. To ensure your heating system runs efficiently, schedule regular maintenance with a licensed technician. For more energy and money-saving tips, visit aogc.com/winter. Arkansas-Oklahoma Gas wants to help you save on your energy costs this winter. Adjust ceiling fans to spin clockwise to help push warm air down. And, health allowing, set your thermostat a little lower. For more money-saving tips, visit aogc.com/winter.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson, I'm with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know you're a wizard here at First Financial Mortgage, but you do okay with the sticks as well.
Yeah, I've been playing golf since I was 5. I've been in the golf game for a long time.
Question is, what are you better at, golf or lending?
I have to say that equally both. I've used golf in my career to kind of help propel it as well. I used to prepare hard with golf. I do the same thing in work. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
So what's the most asked question you're going to get in the next 48 hours? How was your Christmas? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the like obligatory question. You walk into the office, you go see a friend, you just walk into, pretty much anywhere. How was your Christmas? I mean, so that's the Morning Rush Daily Question. We'll get it out of the way for the masses.
Oh, jeez.
How was your Christmas?
It was fun. I was actually the only kid that made its way to Little Rock this Christmas. My parents are kind of renovating their house, so there wasn't a lot of room. My brother had to.
And they chose you over the other kids? Wow.
By not necessity, but what's the by default? Thank you. Colton. Yeah, that's why I was here.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. We got off Christmas Eve and Christmas, and it just made sense on the way to Memphis. I was gonna come regardless, but for the others, I mean, my all three of my other stepsisters had to work in some way, shape, or form today, and as did my brother, and it's 5 hours to Dallas from Little Rock, so that's just a haul to go up and back. But, yeah, I had a great Christmas. We ate, walked out. I found this out, and a lot of you knew this already. I did not. You can't buy alcohol in Arkansas on Christmas.
No, never have been. Yeah, stay low. Yeah, that's
a rule that I was unaware of yesterday. We get to and they had the wine glasses out, and I'm going to be honest, I was just drinking water, but a couple of people were asking. It's like, yeah, we can't sell this on Christmas, and I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently, it's been a thing since this state was founded, basically.
I don't know, but yeah, it was like I said. We drove the town a little bit yesterday. Just had to get out, brought all the cardboard to the company dumpster and got rid of it, get it out of the garage, and then you were kind of looking for something to do to get out of the house a little bit, but kind of our change of plans. So I just found it interesting, the things that were open, the things that weren't open yesterday.
Certain restaurants.
Well, there's a hibachi Japanese steakhouse not far from here, Fuji. You could not get in the parking lot. Packed. I mean, I was just amazed at some of the places that, were, IHOP open, packed. I mean, couldn't get in the parking lot. So I hate for anyone to be open Christmas. I think everything ought to be closed. But we went to a pizza place that happened to be open. We could get in, but it was going to be like a 25, 30-minute wait. So I guess there's a lot of people that, for better or worse, for one reason or another, just don't cook on Christmas, or they're like me, their plans changed last minute.
Again, this was the first time in I've been around 30 years that we've ever not cooked on Christmas, and I don't know what we're going to do next year, but it was, again, kind of a weight off my parents' shoulders not having to cook a big feast, and it's just 3 of us, so not that big of a deal. B texted and said his Christmas was boring as hell. We saw him last week at Jelco Outdoors. He sat in front of the TV from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tommy. That was what his Christmas included. Ryan in Prairie Grove says you have to stock up on Christmas Eve. That's what he suggests to do when it comes to kind of getting ready for Christmas. By the way, he said when we're at Big Cypress tomorrow at the Pyramid for the morning rush, he said if you go to the top, look straight north, and you can find his house. He's going to shoot something in the air, so I know where his house is.
Sounds like a smart idea. Yeah.
That's what his suggestion is this morning. I just my Christmas is now, me being the age I am, it's just about just chilling with the parents, chilling with the dog, and I don't really care. I don't really care about gifts anymore. I'm 30 years old. I feel like it's more about it's a kid's holiday more than anything. It's more about just spending time with your family, to be honest.
Yeah. So anyway, that's your morning rush daily question. How was your Christmas? Brought to you by Cart Pass Social.
You're going to get asked over and over again.
Yeah, better have a good answer.
Cart Pass Social. Hopefully Christian and Nate had a great Christmas. I know that they're ready to have you in at Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. This is an awesome indoor golf facility. I've been several times. You can play over 500 courses, including the Blessings, including Augusta. These are great places. And like Tommy always says, you're not going to lose a ball.
Nope.
I know it's colder now here in Arkansas, and you still want to be able to participate. It's getting darker early. Well, at Cart Pass Social, again, you can take advantage of great facilities, and it's going to be room temperature, so you don't have to, again, bundle up if you still want to play golf. Cart Pass Social, check them out at cartpasssocial.com and follow them on social media as well. Plus, it's BYOB at Cart Pass Social. Now, we were joking during the break, Tommy. You did add me. I don't know how we've worked together 6.5 years, and you just added me on LinkedIn yesterday.
I added I don't know. It's one of them deals. I got an email. Someone was trying to add me. I log into LinkedIn like twice a year, whether I need it or not. So yesterday was the day, and it popped up all these people, connect with this one, connect with that one, and you just happened to be on the list. So
I didn't do you, LinkedIn in our current job structure, you use it? Sounds like it's just a twice-a-year thing. Did you use it prior to, or is this something that's kind of you've just kind of gone
probably
away
need
with
to use it more, but I don't. It's not one that it's not a platform I utilize often. No.
No, so. I don't either. I'm kind of like you. I get a notification every once in a while. I'll log in once every few months when it comes to that. Aaron from Springdale chimed in and saying, "Dang, Ty, you're old as hell." Yep, getting older by the minute, by the day. Things
you just get
away.
on LinkedIn when you're looking for a job, right? That when you get pissed off and that's when you get on LinkedIn, right?
Well, I'm the way I'm still waiting for you to endorse me, Colton Christian, for all these different things we do on a daily basis. That way,
What's
if we ever
endorse?
do
What's that mean?
endorse.
Endorse. What's that mean?
Yeah. Well, just to give us a commendation for all the stuff we do to
You
make
can
the
put-
radio stations
You put
run.
skills on LinkedIn. So, for example, Ty could put slow roasting and cooking, and Tommy, you would not endorse that. But if he put accountable, you would endorse it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Grill assembly, F minus.
F
So,
minus. Yeah.
yeah.
We had a chance. I want to go back to something Jarius Wright said. Again, it's 9:47 here on the Morning Rush. If you want to jump in here, tell us how your Christmas was. You can do so at 877-377-6963. I thought it was interesting. So you've got this new cycle of players that are going to be playing this upcoming bowl game. You've already got several guys. By the way, Courtney Crutchfield has signed with Arkansas, the Pine Bluff native that initially started his college career at Missouri, is now coming to Fayetteville. We'll see if he factors in the wide receiver core this upcoming season. He can't play in the bowl game, obviously, but next year we'll see if he has an impact. But speaking of wide receivers, Jarius said something I thought was interesting because I asked him, it's like, Jarius, you were described as one of the leaders of the football team. You were there 4 years. How has that changed? Here was his response. We got a chance to talk with him last week.
You know, that is very tough. Like you say, the way the transfer portal works, and you have leaders, and those leaders could just up and leave, you know, that next year, and then, you know, you replace them with new leaders. So, you know, I think that was very important back then, or when I played, that, you know, I was there for all 4 years. A lot of people got a chance to really know me and believe in not what I was coaching, but what I was saying to them. And now, you know, you don't have that because, like you say, a new guy come in, you know, a year from now, and he's the new leader. But, you know, we don't really know this guy. We just know that he's one of the best players on the team. That's usually, you know, I feel like it's harder to pick leaders now, if that makes sense.
So when thinking about what he's saying there, and this isn't just an Arkansas thing, you've got your quarterback back this next season. You got your quarterback of the defense, which is Xavier Sorey. So you've at least got guys that you can lean on there. But Tommy, I just like when it comes to what the locker room looks like and the changes and everything else. I mean, I mentioned Crutchfield coming in. They've got several other players that are. That dynamic to me is really interesting each and every year, how you have to adjust so quickly on the fly when it comes to the leaders of your locker room that really change each and every year. It's not just the team, it's the leaders that change too.
Well, and it's only going to change more. It's going to change twice a year to a degree because you got another portal period.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of talk, a lot of debate. Probably, you know, a lot of people seem to think that we should move it to after the bowl games. I'm in that camp. Should there only be one portal commitment or portal period a year? But when you have that open gate, it's going to change. But, you know, in fairness, and I generally look at it from the other side of it. If coaches are going to leave and coaches are going to change, and and that may change with this new rev share and the way contracts are structured. It may not be as frequent. I get why we've swung the pendulum this direction where the players have almost, or maybe more so, the liberty to leave because they don't have buyouts at least. They can come and go as they please a little more than anybody in the system.
And on the changing of leadership, something we haven't touched on just yet is how about the change within the JUCO rule? So if you haven't seen the story, Diego Pavia has been granted another year of eligibility to play at Vanderbilt, which should help Clark Lee and the Commodores next year as the coach of the year in the Southeastern Conference. What this judge in Tennessee did was basically, in layman's terms, just saying, well, JUCO years don't count. Is that just a quick overarching view of what was basically said? Tom, I think it's an easy way to describe it. And so you've got guys that have played years of JUCO that are now that don't count towards their college years of eligibility. And so we've talked about guys being 26, 27 years old. Like Alan Bowman, I think, was 27 when you played him earlier this season at Stillwater. That's probably the COVID year is kind of washed out, but now with this new JUCO rule, you're going to see guys that are 24, 25 years old, and ladies too, that are still playing college sports.
Yeah. I don't know how this will play out. Now they've granted one waiver at this point, but what does that mean for everyone else? And like you said, 28-year-old seniors, 7-year players. If this is the case, the business in JUCO is getting ready to really pick up. Number one, will there be NIL deals to any kind of substance in JUCO? Probably. And to some degree, they will serve as farm systems for development systems. You'll have feeder schools to a degree. So this is another one of those deals, and we haven't talked a lot about it. It's been talked about quite a bit in some of the circles I text and talk in, because this could
What's
be
the consensus?
significant. That we've lost our minds. We're going to have 28-year-old seniors, in some cases, 27, 20, whatever it is. This is crazy. So are we going to allow someone to go to prep school? Let's just think for basketball. Prep school, then JUCO, then 4 years to play 5?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've lost our minds.
Is it, if I'm looking from how can Arkansas take advantage and benefit from it? The last time you had a bunch of super seniors, you won 9 games. Maybe Arkansas would be at an advantage because you're not always going to get the blue chip guys.
We always talk about this as though no one else has advantage. Like this rule only applies to Arkansas. Everybody else is going to have it too. Like rev share, we talk about it in a way like, well, it's only going to help Arkansas. Well, guess what? It's going to help everybody else too. So anyway, more to get to coming up in the next hour. We're live at the Liberty Bowl starting tomorrow. We'll have you more details on that as we'll be live at the Pyramid in Memphis.
Big
Looking forward to that.
Lodge,
Big Cypress,
baby.
also brought to you by Hyperfiber as well. We'll be giving you more details on that. Andy's Frozen Custards. If you're looking for something sweet right here after the holidays, they got locations in Fort Smith, Conway, also in North Little Rock. Drive up or walk through. They're ready to serve you at Andy's Frozen Custards. Locations in Fort Smith, Conway, and North Little Rock.
Tom Murphy joins us next.
This is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sacalé, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive into Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
With the new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, $7 goes a long way. A cheesy gordita crunch stacked with layers of luxury. A Doritos Locos Tacos, extravagantly crispy. A beefy 5-layer burrito overflowing with cheesy indulgence. It's all you want and more. For less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell. It's Lux for less.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got puppies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill.
And clouds, a chance of seeing some showers, especially throughout the afternoon. A high, middle to upper 50s. A chance of showers, a few isolated thunderstorms tonight, and overnight low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Friday, partial sunshine. Our high on Friday will be in the low 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. You're listening to The Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3. KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Don't touch my beef jerky now.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
He went in the portal, and I called him in, talked to him, and he decided not to go in the portal. And then I don't know the reason of going back in. And then he texted me and said, "Coach, I'd like to talk to you." And that was after the second time he had went in the portal. And obviously we had an agreement there about, because the look wasn't good on him nor me or the program. And if we were going to have him back, we want to make sure that it was the last and final time. And I felt good about that. He felt good about that. So that's kind of what happened.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You got
and Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, Cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hogs.
Hope you had a very Merry Christmas as we're back here on the Morning Rush a day after Christmas. Liberty Bowl tomorrow night. Had plenty of stuff to react to yesterday, various NFL games, NBA games, and also got a chance to hear from Sam Pittman earlier this week, who you heard talking about Braylon Russell. Tommy, kind of solidifies your backfield a little bit. It's not all the way there without Jaquindon Jackson, but definitely a needed piece for this game tomorrow night to take some pressure and the load off Talon.
Yep, and, is there any bad depth at this point for this team? No. I mean, with where you're at? So, no, I think this is great news, and hopefully there won't be another change, but hard to say in this saga that's that has been Braylon Russell to this point. So.
Never know. Never know. Hey, Tom Murphy's set to join us coming up in just a bit. Tom's going to be at the Liberty Bowl tomorrow. Excited to catch up with him. I was texting him this morning. He seemed to have a good Christmas. So we'll get his thoughts on what Sam Pittman had to say and other bowl games this week. Got some SEC teams in action. Tommy, one of the things I wish was happening this week, don't you wish the college football playoff was this weekend rather than New Year's Eve and day?
Yep.
I mean, what I
Rose
feel like
Bowl.
they're just hurting themselves, aren't
Rose
they?
Bowl. Rose Bowl's, by God, we're going to have it on New Year's. We're going to watch the sun set over the San Gabriel Mountains come hell or high water. And that's always the issue is how do you deal with the Rose Bowl. So, all right, Tom coming up in a few minutes. Tom, on Tuesdays, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. It's What's for Dinner. Beef is what we're having tonight at my house. So if we missed Tom on Tuesday, which we did on Christmas Eve, you can catch up with that. Beef, it's What's for Dinner. Go to What's for Beef. What's Beef, it's whatsfordinner.com for all the details here in Arkansas. Also brought to you by Uncorked. They're open for the holiday season. I want to give you some hours that they've got coming up here as we move through the holiday season. They're going to have a special brunch coming up this Saturday. You make your reservations at uncorkedthefort.com for brunch from 10 to 2. Be back open for dinner from 4 to 11. And also start thinking about your New Year's Eve plans at Uncorked. You can go to uncorkedthefort.com. It's always one of the more popular places to enjoy New Year's Eve and bring in the New Year is at Uncorked. Back open today, start at 4. They'll be there till 10, open tomorrow as well, 2 to 11. Great place to watch the Liberty Bowl will be at Uncorked as well. So for everything you need for New Year's or just to get out of the house, break a little cabin fever, it's all at Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue, next to Sody's in Fort Smith.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-1financial.com/disclosures.
Tom joins us now here on the Morning Rush. Tom, I don't know if it was the biggest news tidbit that came out of Sam Pittman's conversation on Monday, but definitely a welcome addition back. Braylon Russell going to play in this bowl game tomorrow night. What kind of impact do you think he'll have on this game since we didn't really see him down the stretch of the season?
We got Tom? You don't have it in the program.
No.
All right, now we got Tom.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, happy day after Christmas, everyone. That certainly has been one of the more dramatic stories since the season ended. In, out, and I would suspect that he would play a role. I mean, I don't know. Would think Rodney Hill, since he's been in more of the practices, might start the game, but certainly Braylon, he had his moment against Mississippi State, and after that, some things were going on, and he didn't play as much, but certainly a guy who runs with power, and, to me, controlling the ball and scoring at the end of your drives in this game against a not great Texas Tech defense is the real key, because they're so explosive offensively, but if you can get the young quarterback to maybe make a couple of mistakes along the way, steal a possession or two, then that might be a key to winning the game.
Tommy, you mentioned their explosiveness offensively. For those that don't know, their starting quarterback got surgery, so he's not going to be participating tomorrow night. Their backup, I think, has thrown like 30-some-odd passes. How much of a detriment is that going to be to Joey McGuire's offense, and how much of an advantage is that to Arkansas, considering Taylon's playing this game tomorrow?
Well, it's like the Arkansas defenders we talked to, and among them were Stephen Dix and Xavier Story, the linebackers. The kid's I think he was a 4-star talent. He played in Austin, Texas. So, I mean, he's gone up against good competition. He's had a full, basically, most of a month to get ready to be the man. And I don't doubt that their offense is going to have some real nice wrinkles for him. But when you just haven't experienced as much, stuff pre-snap and then movement after the snap and all that kind of stuff, it's just different on game day. So that's why I say if you can get a mistake or two out of him, it could be huge. But I'm sure the kid has talent and all. And Morton, Baron Morton, had they faced him, he had outstanding numbers, more than 3,300 passing yards and a really beautiful touchdown to interception ratio. So to me, Joey McGuire said that he thinks this is going to be like a classic game, one of the best of the bowl season. I don't know how you could know that before the game, but to me, it sets up to be really interesting just because of all the parts of the teams that aren't there for this game.
Yeah. Tom, with everyone's holiday schedule, have you made your way to Memphis yet, or you still getting there?
I drove through the duck fields around Stuttgart and Pine Bluff yesterday on my way up here, and I'm here in Memphis. Got here last time.
Yeah, and one of the things is, and I don't think this has been talked about a lot, the stadium's under renovation. It's going to seat fewer people this year. I think a little over 40,000 is going to be the capacity. So it's going to be a little bit of a different feel than the previous times Arkansas has been in the Liberty Bowl, where they have dominated the crowd and dominated the attendance.
It really will be a different feel. And like we had mentioned prior to Christmas, like what's the excitement level for Texas Tech fans? Well, they come from Lubbock a couple of days after Christmas. And for Arkansas fans, I would think that a large swath who live in eastern Arkansas would make a day of it, make a weekend of it, and be here for this game tomorrow. I'm headed downtown here in just a little while to go to the 2 press conferences, and I'll probably get a feel for the traffic and the amount of folks around Beale Street. In fact, I think there might be some kind of a parade today on Beale Street.
Yeah, I think it'll be today and tomorrow before you probably tomorrow before you see a lot of people filtering in, and they'll make, like I said, a weekend out of it. But that's been always one of the built-in edges, and one of the reasons I think the Liberty Bowl has always wanted Arkansas there is you get a lot of fans to cross that river and come over and really take over. I'll be interested following a 6-6 year, and just the economy and days after Christmas with where this is placed, to see how dominant Arkansas is in a reduced size Liberty Bowl.
I totally agree with you, Tommy. And it's a poser, because I don't have a great feel for the amount of people who will show up. I mean, obviously there's a section of the fan base who's not really happy and all, but they upset Tennessee. There's a couple of games that got away from them. I mean, if you pull out one or two of those really tight games, I mean, say A&M or some other game along the way that was a tight game, then they're sitting here at 8-4. They're not in the Liberty Bowl. But you're right. The Liberty Bowl games have been exciting and dramatic, and Arkansas has won the last 3 since I've been covering the team. The really cold game against East Carolina, where the ECU kicker, who was their conference kicker of the year, just really struggled. He missed several field goals, and Arkansas kind of lucked out on that one. And then the Kansas State game didn't have a ton of personnel. I mean, Arkansas scored 45, and Brandon Allen, Alex Collins went off, and then the one in 2022, that had to be, you take the last 10 years, that's probably one of the more dramatic games. Arkansas really should have won it either in regulation or, I think Matt Lander's elbow was down, and if that had just been ruled that way, it would have saved about 30 minutes of game time. But it turned a lot more dramatic after that, and you had the Quincy McAdoo hit on what should have been a 4th down stop, and they turn around and call it targeting. It was such a crazy game, and that win got Arkansas to a winning season in 2022.
Tom Murphy with us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, you mentioned Quincy there. He was one of the young guys that it wasn't just the bowl game. We saw flashes in the regular season against Liberty and some other teams where it's like, all right, this kid has a future. Unfortunately, a car wreck derailed that. But maybe some young players like a C.J. Brown and Shamar Easter, Selman Bridges. Is there anyone that you've kind of honed in on, like, hey, I want to see what this kid can do tomorrow night with a little more game action?
Well, as fate would have it, we have another Quincy from North Little Rock, Quincy Rhodes.
Yep.
Going to start at end, and apparently he's having good practices. Sam Pittman talked about him the other day. He's going to get a real shot, and we know he's shown flashes. So I'm going to say another Quincy, and then all those guys you just mentioned, because there's going to have to be receivers. And he's not young, but Isaac Tesla apparently made just a fantastic one-handed catch at Rhodes College in practice yesterday. Arkansas put that out on social media.
Yeah, he seemed to assume the number 1 alpha role with a couple guys like Satania going to Oklahoma, Armstrong getting ready for the NFL draft. So you do get Tyrone Broden back, which I know Sam Pittman mentioned earlier this week. Tom, I know that recruiting is not your specialty, but in terms of the guys that they've gotten out of the portal here just in the last few days since we've had Christmas and everything else, I think the one that's the most notable is Courtney Crutchfield, who initially decided to go elsewhere out of high school and now is elected to come to Arkansas. How big of a get was that, and maybe some of the other guys that you've seen that they've announced as signees for this Arkansas football team?
Well, that's one thing they've done pretty well. They've tapped the portal for the holes, and you think about the O-line this year and some other spots, the linebacker spot in particular, they tapped the portal, and they got guys who've come in and been very productive for them. Courtney Crutchfield, that's huge. I mean, a kid who got away, who's now back. I mean, he could be a big difference maker in your receiving corps next year and give Taylor Green another outstanding target. So it's just a big deal, and they're doing it very strategically. They've added O linemen, they've added D linemen. I think he said on his presser on the 23rd, they still want to get another safety, another tight end. So, I think it's coming along pretty well.
Yeah. Tom, a little break from basketball. I know we're talking about the Liberty Bowl, but can't gloss over basketball. Dominant win over North Carolina A&T. They play Oakland before we open conference play. I know around my family Christmas gatherings, basketball seemed to be as big or bigger a topic than football. What are you expecting now that we're seeing Adu kind of get back in the lineup? Big Z hopefully healing up from that ankle injury. What are you expecting as we open conference play in just over a week?
Yeah, it's funny that I don't know, the confidence, the team building just seemed to be adding up, and they were the last two performances, it just feels like they know their roles better. And even though John L. Davis, wasn't available for the last game, it's just been putting the puzzle pieces together for John Calipari and his staff the whole way through. But now if they can get Davis back in action with Adu, obviously getting closer to form, and then Big Z, they're going to be a team that's tougher to beat. The SEC this year, I cannot imagine. There's going to be some really good teams that have losses just because the depth of the league is so phenomenal this season. So I don't know. I agree with you that Arkansas fans, my wife's family down in South Arkansas was pretty jacked up to see, the track that they're on as you point into the new year.
Yeah, I just found it interesting that came up as quick or maybe first this year. Is people excited about basketball when family you hadn't seen in a while get together? That's what they wanted to talk about.
Absolutely, and I mean, and for good reason. You think about the biggest stories of the year in our state. John Calipari being hired, already in the Hall of Fame, hired as a coach here, who's just had phenomenal success wherever he's been. That's a big deal, and he knows how to put together a roster. He knows how to develop. He knows how to run set plays and change things up in the middle of a game. And it's an exciting thing for Arkansas fans that a guy of his magnitude is coaching this team, and they put together the assemblage of talent they did with some NIL funds.
Tom, just think about the national storyline, how that story eclipsed the national championship game. I mean, not just for an Arkansas standpoint, the biggest news in the news cycle here, but I mean, more people were interested about Cal leaving Lexington to Fayetteville than they were UConn trying to repeat as national champions. That's, again, how big of a story that was. And you guys were talking about Jack. It was funny what he said this week. Oh, all right. Guess didn't play. But, yeah, that was definitely a big story when it came to that. Tom, good stuff, man. We'll chat next Tuesday, and we'll talk about this game tomorrow night. And we'll have a basketball game under our belt come Monday night against Oakland as well.
All right, sounds good. Everybody have a good end of December. See ya.
All right, thanks, Tom. We'll talk to you next week. This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. 'Tis the season of giving, but did you know there's several tax planning strategies which can maximize your giving impact and help save you money on taxes? Matt and John break down the information on various retirement strategies and tax planning strategies and explore the latest statistics behind giving to charity. The Market Moment is a space for everyday investors to come together and find out more. You can watch them on YouTube or at market-moment.com or on the Market Moment YouTube channel. Search that out on YouTube. Tune in to get your financial questions answered. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC, is a registered advisor in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-financial.com/disclosures.
I thought it was interesting to hear Sam Pittman talk about the differences between last year and this year in terms of the portal cycle. He's been with the kids with bowl practices and whatnot. Last year didn't have that opportunity. Here's what he said earlier this week, just kind of about 2024 compared to 2023 at the end of the regular season.
It's been busy. At the same time, I thought last year was worse. I'm talking about, we weren't in a bowl. We weren't around our kids. They were home for Christmas. So I've really, really enjoyed these. I think it might be 8 practices that we've had with these guys. Sometimes they're not playing on a Saturday, so you don't forget about them, but you don't learn as much about them. And I've really enjoyed that part of it. Has it been busy? Yes. Very, very busy. We've signed 15, I think, portal guys and all that, and getting ready for a good Texas Tech team. I think everybody in the country is doing it to some degree, but it has been busy. And throw the hip in, just the nagging part of that. All that stuff has been difficult, but at the same time, I really like where we are right now today, be it with our football team, with the portal, our situation there, and with the game coming up. I'm pleased with what our coaching staff, our players have done to this point.
I referenced Courtney Crutchfield, who signed with Arkansas, Omega Blake from Charlotte, another wide receiver, and then Jordan Young is a defensive back from Cincinnati. So, Tommy, you even had some additions that were announced. I don't know when they actually got done, but were announced here the last couple of days. And you were talking about the consequence of this game earlier, which I think it's a lose-lose situation for Arkansas. If they win it, there's not that many people that care. From a fan standpoint, if they lose, then they're going to get pelted and just crapped on for losing this football game. And that's just kind of what bowls have become, unfortunately, with the bigger college football playoff moving to 12 teams.
Yeah, and, I tell you, even the other SEC games, is Alabama-Michigan a game that you absolutely are making a plan to watch? It just seems like now that these games have more impact and more bearing, I'm not, and maybe it's a byproduct of Arkansas having a 6-6 year. But even last year, when Arkansas didn't make a bowl, I seem to care about the other SEC teams playing more so than to do this year. So maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but it seems like I'm zeroed in on what we had, those on-campus games. Now the quarterfinals coming up, and those are the games I'm making sure I clear my schedule to watch. And these other games are just, if I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't kind of mentality.
You brought up the Rose Bowl earlier, which I know they're, again, very stringent on playing that game specifically in that. But the setup that you could have had, again, for those who don't know, the college football playoff games are going to be Wednesday, at least the SEC featured ones. You got 12 o'clock Texas and Arizona State in, I can't remember if it's Tucson or Tempe, and then Notre Dame against Georgia. And I say it's in Tucson or Tempe. That's going to be a neutral site game. I misspoke there. But I just think they're missing such an opportunity this weekend to have these games back-to-back weekends. And them waiting on the Rose Bowl, I know, again, it's a game of significant consequence, and it has been for decades upon decades, but things have changed. And I'm going to watch it, but I would much rather have games on Friday and Saturday night, to be honest, Tommy.
And they're going to have a game on a Tuesday night. And then, Wednesday, people are off work for the most part. January 1, you'll plop down and watch those games, and that will dominate the calendar. You also avoid the NFL by avoiding the weekends. And I think that's also part of the strategy, is avoiding the NFL and playing on Tuesday night, which I think New Year's Eve's a tough night. And then all day Wednesday, I think people will recover from the night before and watch football.
And you had posed a question earlier this week. It's what does the NFL comparatively do versus that? We haven't got the ratings out for the Netflix games yesterday, but they weren't competing against college football. But the NFL dominated the college football games on Saturday, as they thought they would. Now, what was interesting is, if I remember reading this correctly, the Notre Dame and Indiana game was the third most watched college football game in this season. Fridays, I wonder, you don't have the monopoly on Saturdays at this juncture of the season for college football because the NFL is going to play 2, maybe 3 games. But will they move, all these games to Friday? because or maybe two, maybe not just have one, but maybe have two, and I guess you'd split the audience at that point. But you're still going up against the titan that is the NFL, and I think the NBA found out about that yesterday because I think those ratings are going to be significantly more than anything the NBA got. Is there a thought to move these these college football games to Friday, so where you're not competing in the NFL like you're talking about with New Year's Day? Because that makes sense to me.
New Year's Day is a holiday. That makes sense. But a random Friday or just a routine Friday, I think it's tough, particularly when you're trying to get audience in 4 time zones. I think that's a tough ask. So I think the committee's in a tough spot. I think you got to ride with your bowl partners at this point, and we'll see how the bowl structure works moving forward. We're live in Memphis, starting tomorrow at Big Cypress Lodge at the iconic Memphis Pyramid. They got winter weekday special starting at $169 tonight at Big Cypress Lodge inside the Bass Pro Shops. Come see us in the heart of downtown Memphis. We're also brought to you by Hyper Fiber. Choose their 1 gig plan for life, and you'll get the fastest internet, including lightning-fast upload speeds and download speeds for everything you need. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. We weren't here on Wednesday, obviously, because it was Christmas Day yesterday, but a Watch Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market will return next week. You got any beefs coming off Christmas? Anything that, watching sports or otherwise, traveling that, you missed yesterday on Watch Your Beef Wednesday?
It's been a pretty jolly, merry day. I bet I can think of some during the break. Not offhand, but I can come up with something in the next 5 or so minutes.
Well, all right. So, I think from a beef standpoint, it's the returns, right? Now you got to make sure, A, do I have a receipt, or did I get a gift receipt? Or B, did I keep the one of the thing I bought that I need to return? And then it's dealing with the lines. It's dealing with the hassles. So I think that's probably a lot of people's beefs today as they begin the return process. I'm going to wait a few days, and I'm going to go at some off time to do that. Hey, if you need anything for the upcoming New Year's Day, we're talking about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, always a great time to cook a prime rib or a pork crown roast or a beef tenderloin. Get it at Richard's Country Meat Market, 479-443-0000, or visit them online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
SEC update when we come back.
Live coverage of the Liberty Bowl in Memphis is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Camp inside the iconic Memphis Pyramid.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the Morning Rush. Jam-packed house here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
Big C coming to you live from Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 I-540 in Fort Smith. Over 300 vehicles are available right now. You can receive a $1,500 trade assistance on all vehicles on the lot. That's for new or used as well. And they're doing state sales tax paid on all used inventory. They've got vehicles as low as $9,995. And listen to this. They are also offering no payments for 90 days. Again, state sales tax paid on all pre-owned vehicles. on the lot. This can save you hundreds, likely thousands of dollars. It does not apply to previously negotiated deals, however. But get by here if you're looking to trade in. They always give you more for your trade. Here at Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Over the river and through the woods, to Salisaw we go. Mock Legal Solutions is opening a second location to serve our Eastern Oklahoma clients. 105 East Chickasaw. For divorce and custody, let us give you the Christmas gift of a new start. And for personal injury, we will get you a settlement check when Grandma gets run over by that reindeer. 918-238-2363. Or check out our website at mocklegalsolutions.com. Free intakes and payment plans available. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
Even though the holidays are almost here, there is still time to get results for your body with a personal trainer right here in the River Valley from Anytime Fitness on Rye Hill. Your choice for the results you want. Black Friday buy one, get one personal training specials. And new members get the rest of the year for free. Even more Black Friday specials to choose from. Anytime Fitness on Rye Hill on 71 North. Ask about our giveaway from our partner, First Form and Vortex Optics. Anytime Fitness on Rye Hill, ready to help you train for the body you deserve. Anytime Fitness, Rye Hill.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything: service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Braylon Russell reportedly visited another SEC school, Ole Miss, but now he's back at Arkansas. He's going to be playing tomorrow night, according to Coach. Here was Coach a little bit on the portal hopping that Braylon's been doing the last few weeks.
He went to portal, and I called him in, talked to him, and he decided not to go in the portal. And then I don't know the reason of going back in. And then he texted me and said, Coach, I'd like to talk to you. And that was after the second time he had went in the portal. And obviously we had an agreement there about, because the look wasn't good on him nor me or the program. And if we were going to have him back, we want to make sure that it was the last and final time. And I felt good about that. He felt good about that. So that's kind of what happened.
Tom, is that the biggest storyline heading into tomorrow night, like what he can be? Because, Jaquindon's not going to be back here next season. Just what your future looks like at running back, is that the biggest maybe question you want answered tomorrow night?
I don't know. I'd still like to see how Branham plays up front. Are some of the pieces that were already on this team, not all, but some of the pieces on that offensive line, to me, that's still the overarching theme the last 2 to 3 years, is you really haven't had a an SEC caliber, above average SEC caliber, or even average offensive line that can protect your quarterback. So for me, it's still about what happens up front, and do you see some slices of things that, hey, this could work next year up front.
Yep. Well, you mentioned the offensive line. I don't know if Sam Pittman's looking within the SEC of guys that are in the portal, but there's still a need up front. Here's what he said.
You know, the old philosophy, which was mine, was to get big, and if they didn't have quite the feet or the space, couldn't handle space, you move them into guard. That's a hard philosophy to move into center. Obviously, we've got the one young man that started at center this year that's coming in to the pro. So we have three basic tackles. Well, two of them's got to play tackle. They're huge. The other one could be a guard tackle, and then we've got a center. We have availability on our offensive line to move some guys around and move them inside. We have some guys that can play center that's been playing outside. We'll just have to look to get our five best on the field at the same time.
And that's not just for tomorrow night, but what that looks like next year. And you've gotten, I think people have been happy about the UCF ad and Brooks, the young man from Georgia Tech. I think I have his name right. So, I mean, those are additions that were pretty highly coveted, particularly the Georgia Tech. And now you're just hoping they can translate to SEC play this next season. Plus, like a guy like Carmona Jr., who came over from California at San Jose State, not SEC ball. Now he knows what it's like to play in the SEC. So you get some guys back on the offensive line. Not a lot, but at least some guys that have now factor in what that looks like for this next upcoming season in SEC play.
Sadly, you know, experienced players and lots of snaps are not going to probably be the norm on what you return year in, year out. So that's, you know, with the portal, unless Arkansas gets to a point where they've got more resources than the average Bear, probably going to be a lot of this same story for till you solve that problem.
SEC-wise, the upcoming bowl games, tomorrow Oklahoma gets Navy, 11 o'clock on ESPN, the Armed Forces Bowl. Also tomorrow, Georgia Tech against Vanderbilt in Birmingham, and then A&M takes on USC in the Vegas Bowl, which USC played there earlier this season, beat LSU. We'll see if they can have some more success against another SEC opponent. And Tommy, I'm going to, again, watch, and we're going to be at Big Cypress Lodge tomorrow. Excited to do the morning rush from there. And, of course, we're going to be at the Liberty Bowl. But I'm like you. These games, like 10 years ago, I'd be pumped for every one of them, but I just don't have the same appetite, even for SEC, if other SEC foes, to watch what they do than I have in years past.
Yeah, and you know, what excites you right now about it? You know, give me a reason, because I think if there was a player that you wanted to watch, or a quarterback that you had played against, or a defense you'd played, I mean, but you know, all these lineups are decimated across the league. So I mean, and are we going to see a day where a portal player, if we don't change the portal period, where you can enter the portal and play in the bowl game for that team? It sounds crazy, but you know, there's more crazy things that have already happened in the game. So they got to do something about the quality of these products, because I think the overriding consensus to most people is the team you're watching, the game you're watching, isn't going to be any good.
You mentioned that. Is that just a school thing that they're not? I don't know. I know some of these bowl games are in between where classes end and classes begin. Is that the only reason these guys can't play in the bowl game? I know there's
hiding behind that, but
okay, because there is a waiting period in the NFL or the MLB.
We're pretending they're still students, right? So
yeah. Well, just think about the professional leagues. I mean, you don't play right away as soon as you get traded. So I don't know if they're trying to take that model where there's a little bit of time.
In baseball, though, there's stories of guys trading dugouts during series, you know. So that's happened before. So I don't know. I think the first thing you got to start with is the portal doesn't open until after the bowl. So that's the first thing's got to change.
All right, that is your SEC update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Burton Pools and Spas.
Yeah, still time here at the end of the year. If you're feeling stressed, to get a hot tub to help you relieve that stress at Burton Pools and Spas. You can melt it away with savings up to $7,000 off, plus enjoy free local delivery. You want that, because I'm telling you, getting that to the place you need it, the installation that you got to get the electrical and all that set up, and then free water testing are all worth a fortune right there to help save you time and hassle and frustration, plus the nearly $7,000 in savings you can get right now. Treat yourself to pure relaxation with a hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. At Burton's, they don't just sell hot tubs. They build long-term relationships. Find them in Fort Smith, Springdale, and now in Greenland.
So a couple games yesterday, non-college, but both in the NFL and the NBA. Let's start with the Chiefs game where Patrick Mahomes and company clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they did it in dramatic fashion as Travis Kelce passes Tony Gonzalez for the all-time touchdown record with the Chiefs organization.
Mahomes out of the pocket.
Got Kelce wide open.
Mahomes to Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. Travis Kelce in the pantheon of tight ends in NFL history. And with that score, it makes it official. Most receiving touchdowns in Kansas City history. It is now Kelce on top.
The road to the Super Bowl goes through Arrowhead in the AFC. We'll see how the NFC shakes out. There's a bunch of teams on top, especially in the NFC North between the Vikings and the Packers and the Lions and everything else. But in terms of that, it's locked up, Tommy, and they've got a chance to get three-peat, which has never been done in Super Bowl era in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, and so much for you're going to lose 3 in a row, right?
I thought they would, man. And then Pittsburgh got stroked. I know Phil Elson was not happy about that. He was with his kiddos and his dad. I think his mom was there too at the Steel Curtain yesterday, and I felt bad for him because I mean you go to that game thinking, all right, defense is going to hold up, and Mahomes does what he does at times and shreds them. But man, it's that Kansas City defense. Their offense has been okay this year relative to what they've been under Andy Reid. They don't have a great offensive line compared to some of his other teams. But that defense that Spags has, that's going to get them to the Super Bowl, if anything, not their offense. And Mahomes, of course.
You know, now that you've come through the holidays, do you realize you need a bigger home, or maybe you need a remodeled kitchen, or you need to spruce up things around your existing home? You can trust the experts at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas to help you choose the right financing option that's best for you. You can go to myaglender.com or drop by any of Farm Credit's 25 locations today and get started on building more family memories. That's myaglender.com. myaglender.com for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
You mentioned watching the NBA yesterday. I took in both NFL games. I'm going to be honest, with the Thunder not playing, they played at night. I didn't watch any NBA yesterday. Who did you end up watching?
I just had some of that on, a little bit of LeBron, but the thing I wanted to note more than anything, Jalen Williams back for the Thunder earlier this week. So good to see him off the injury list and back playing some minutes. And I saw some highlights on YouTube or somewhere. Hit a big 3, didn't he?
He literally, no joke. So he checks in the game, gets a standing ovation inside Paycom Arena, and within a minute, cans a three-pointer at the top of the key. So they love Jalen Williams, and rightfully so. It was good to see him back again, coming off the being unhealthy for a while. So Thunder, they are in Indianapolis tonight to take on the Pacers. So hopefully they continue their streak and their run in the West, because right now they're one of the best teams in the league, and at least in the playoff wise, they are number 1 in the West. They're up 3 games over Houston, Memphis, and a few other teams thus far.
Yeah. Knicks got them a win yesterday. I mean, it was a full slate. Sixers beat the Celtics, so had a lot of brand power. I watched a little bit of the Lakers and Warriors just because of the names. That turned out to be a great game, 115-113. I didn't catch the Suns and Nuggets, but that was you were talking about him earlier, but that was the game I caught probably the most of yesterday. So
yeah, there were some good games that I looked at the scores and whatnot after. I watched a few highlights this morning, just kind of catching up and whatnot. But you kind of alluded to it earlier. The NFL has kind of allowed the NBA to have Christmas Day for a while. I think Goodell and company are changing that. They're seeing the value of what Christmas Day is with everyone sitting at home watching television, and I think the NBA is unfortunately going to take a hit with all these NFL games.
Well, one of the places you'd like to sit and watch some games would be at Gaston's White River Resort. They can bring that firewood right to the door of your cabin, and you and your family can enjoy a great time away here at the holidays. Or maybe you're thinking about New Year's Eve coming up. You can call and ask about what's left as far as availability there, winter rates, and then it won't be long and you'll look up and Valentine's Day's here. So why not take care of those reservations right now? Fish are coming off the spawn, and now is a great time to get there and work with one of their expert guides to have the greatest fishing trip you've ever had on the White River. Right now, I know the weather can sometimes, depend on the day you get, can be a little more challenging with the cooler conditions, but the fishing is really worth it right now on the White River. So check it all out at Gaston's White River Resort. Ask about winter rates. They're in effect as well for the next little bit at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Coverage of the Liberty Bowl in Memphis is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Camp inside the iconic Memphis Pyramid.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exeter.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
With the new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, $7 goes a long way. A cheesy gordita crunch stacked with layers of luxury. A Doritos Locos Tacos, extravagantly crispy. A beefy 5-layer burrito overflowing with cheesy indulgence. It's all you want and more. For less. The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's Lux for less.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in DeQueen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
With a new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, $7 goes a long way. A cheesy gordita crunch stacked with layers of luxury. A Doritos Locos Tacos, extravagantly crispy. A beefy 5-layer burrito overflowing with cheesy indulgence. It's all you want and more. For less. The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's Lux for less.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in DeQueen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
With the new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, $7 goes a long way. A cheesy gordita crunch stacked with layers of luxury. A Doritos Locos Tacos, extravagantly crispy. A beefy 5-layer burrito overflowing with cheesy indulgence. It's all you want and more. For less.
Mitsubishi in Springdale. So it's going to be a big couple of days. Come on out and see us this weekend. Help us finish up our year, and we'll help you start driving better in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, or check us out online, rathauto.com.
And hopefully David got you something really nice for Christmas, Larry. I'm going to guess he did, didn't he?
He did. He took care of me, you bet.
Awesome.
We're all in good shape over here. I hope y'all had a good one, too.
Oh, we did. And Larry and David will take care of you. So, again, maybe a holiday season, maybe you're still waiting on that vehicle, or maybe you got enough money or gifts or whatever the case may be where you could ride into something new in 2025. Larry and David can help you out. So, Tommy, I'm going to get on the road soon, head to Memphis. Hopefully, what do you think traffic's going to be like here on the way to Memphis? It's day after Christmas. Going to be bad. Going to be no one on the road.
I bet it's going to be like normal. I mean, Little Rock to Memphis is one of the worst drives in America. So
yes.
Get to the Bass Pro Shops. Hey, our buddy over Pradco, Bruce Stanton, I know they're loaded up over there with the Bobby Garland stuff over there and the head turn and bush-off jig heads and everything you need in the Pradco lineup you're going to find there at Bass Pro Shops. Probably one of the biggest fishing sessions or sections you've ever found. You can get the Rebel Crawfish right now. For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple, but now you can get ready for the next generation, introducing the new match series of Rebel Crawfish. You'll find that at Bass Pro Shops, Academy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and your local favorite tackle shops everywhere. That's the Rebel Catch Fish Anywhere with Rebel and the new Rebel Crawfish.
Tom referenced getting a chance to hear from Sam Pittman coming up a little after lunch. We'll hear from him. Joe McGuire has some new updated sound for you tomorrow. Hopefully there haven't been any injuries or anything in practice. I guess they've been at Rhodes College getting some stuff ready. But again, tomorrow night we'll have Arkansas football, final game of their season. But for next, halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones coming up next here on ESPN Arkansas.
And Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for easy holiday gifts for the grown-ups on your shopping list? You're in luck, and so are they. The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is a winner wonderland. Scratch-off tickets make great gifts and start at only $1, and players win more than $1 million every day. Share the gift of winning with everyone on your list. Give scratch-offs. They're easy fun with a chance of easy money. Join the winner wonderland. Gift, scratch, and win today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. See,